Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Diane, but you can call me Dee. And if you're not new here, thanks for coming back. It's been a hot minute since I filmed a video, and we have nothing but time in quarantine. So I figured I would make an effort to try and film some content and get back into the swing of things. And I came up with this really nice, fresh-faced, natural-ish wearing makeup, I don't know, kind of look. So we play with some new product, we play with some new techniques, we look a little crazy, so you can be entertained by that. And yeah, without further ado, if you want to learn how to get this super glowy, glam babe look, please keep watching and I'll be happy to show you how. Today's look is going to be very simple. It's just going to be like a natural beat, just how to, you know, polish up our face and kind of make ourselves appropriate for our Zoom chats, for our Skype calls, our FaceTimes, just how to, you know, kill some time. So we're just gonna jump right into it. My skin has already been prepared. I did a face mask this morning just to get rid of any like dry, crusty skin. I applied my serums, my moisturizer, my SPF, and I'm gonna do my brows off camera real quick, so I'll be right back with that and we will continue the look. Next is going to be face makeup. I know I normally do my eyes first, but for today's look, for the purpose of the look, I'm gonna be doing my face first. I tried to do the whole like non-touring thing with self-tanner and it clearly did not go well. So we are gonna fix that ASAP. I want to try some new stuff because I feel it's kind of boring to watch me apply the same thing over and over again. So yes, it's good to know that I like it and that I do use it on a regular basis, but at the same time, there is new stuff that I want to try. So one of the products I switched out is my sunscreen. The one I was using before was the ginseng one. This is almost out. I have a backup because I do love it. This one has an SPF 40 and it does have a color and it's a moisturizer with a sunscreen. These two are great. I absolutely love them. This one looks on like application very thick and disgusting, but when you actually rub it into the skin, it becomes really, really dry and silky and smooth. Next thing I want to try is the Urban Decay All Nighter Face Primer. This is the new one. So it is a prepping, smoothing, and perfecting long wear all-nighter primer. This feels really nice. Not too silicone-y, but it definitely feels sticky, but like in a good way. I'm always looking for the best primer for my forehead because I get so insanely oily, it's ridiculous. So I do love my Smashbox Oil and Shine Control, but again, I'm willing to try something new if it works better. Next, we're going to be doing our color corrector. So this, same as always, Urban Decay Naked Color Corrector in Peach. Once you've blended out your color corrector, again, that's not an obligation, it's just I have really crazy bad dark circles. So sometimes when I'm lazy, I'll just do concealer, but I can still see a really big difference. So if you can get away with just concealer, cool. If you need color corrector and concealer like me, also cool. I'm going in with my Soft Matte Complete Concealer from NARS. This is Light to Vanilla. And I'm just gonna spot conceal where I need to. I find the trick with this concealer is that it's great for imperfections, not for the eyes so much because it is more of a matte finish. So I find that it will make me look a little bit more like crepey and dry underneath here. But for blemishes, you don't want to attract attention and the reflection of the skin. So it doesn't make your skin look dry or crusty, but it doesn't draw attention to the fact that you're trying to cover something, you know what I mean? And I'm just going in with my finger and the heat is going to melt this nicely into my skin. I'm just going in with a foundation brush from Smashbox. There's nothing on here. It's just patting out the product furthermore than my fingers could. Just really pressing it into the skin. So now I'm gonna start doing my non-touring. So I'm gonna take my Anastasia Beverly Hills Fawn Stick Foundation in Contour. It's hella contour colored. And I'm just gonna start sculpting out certain things. I'm gonna go in with my Hoola Quickie Contour Stick from Benefit. You guys know I love this product. This is also taking absolutely forever to finish. because as much as I do love it, I want to try the contour one from Charlotte Tilbury. Okay, so we're looking crazy. It's fine. It's part of the process, okay? So now we're going to blend everything in with like a foundation brush or a beauty blender. I'm gonna go in with the brush I was currently using. And just take your time to blend this out. Once you look absolutely crazier than you already did, we're gonna go in. Oh, sweet Jesus. We're gonna go in with some foundation. And one of the new ones I'm using is the Shiseido one, the Syncro-skin Self-Refreshing Foundation. This one is oil-free, non-comedogenic, hypoallergenic, and its whole claim is that it self-adjusts to like your skin type and skin tone within reason. But it's supposed to like resist humidity and sweating and like stress and all that. So I've been wearing it a couple of times and I do like it. The color is a tiny bit too dark for me because I thought I'd be outside getting a tan, but apparently not. We're just making ourselves look wild. So the key to this is to apply this pretty much everywhere you didn't apply the contour and the bronzer. And then when there's barely anything left on the brush, you start bringing it onto the contour and the bronzer. This is the same Smashbox foundation brush, but it's just a second one. Like, I have two of the same brush because I love it. Okay, I don't know at what point the camera died because there's no more room on the SD card, but I'm assuming you saw me apply my foundation. En tout cas, I did apply my foundation and you can see that it actually melted really nicely with that bronzer and contour. We're gonna liven up the face a little bit. We're gonna brighten it up. We're gonna go in with concealer. I have been in love with Born This Way multi-use sculpting concealer. I know I'm so late to the game, but we finally got Too Faced at Shoppers Drug Mart from a prix. Fait que j'ai finalement essayé and I like it a lot. And I'm just gonna do a little bit, nothing too crazy. Once you have your concealer applied where you want it, I'm just gonna go in with my damp beauty blender. I'm gonna blend that out. Just really pressing it into the skin. And again, make sure that you blend it into that bronzer contour. Just really making sure everything is melted nicely together. When you have your concealer on, we're gonna go in with some cream blush. I love Orgasm from NARS, the liquid version and the powder version. So I'm just gonna make sure I shake it and take a tiny, teeny, weeny little pump. You really do not need a lot of this product. And this step I like to do with my beauty blender again. And just right on the cheeks, moving towards our ear. Melting and fusing into that bronzer contour again, just giving a nice natural flush. So once you have your blush on, I'm going to go in with my highlight. Again, I want something a little bit more subtle since I'm not going out. I'm just going to the grocery store. This is the Chanel Sculpting Stick. They do have a transparent one. This is the Sculpting one, which has a bit more of like a shimmery light reflecting property, but it's definitely not as intense as like my regular Cover FX drops or like my kitten from Stila. So a little bit of a different texture and finish. It really, truly, honestly makes your skin look wet. I'm just going to pat that along the high planes of my face. And then back with my beauty blender, just gently pouncing and bouncing and blending it out. See how it really just looks dewy and fresh and like moist without being too obvious that it's makeup? Perfect. Okay, so once that's done, I'm going to take a little bit of powder. You can grab your color from winter since we did not get a tan, and again, the whole idea is to sculpt the face naturally. So this is like a really old powder I'm just trying to finish. This is the Makeup Forever Pro Finish. I don't even know if this exists still. It is hella light. And I'm just going to lightly dust this in the center of my face, blending it outwards. Trying to concentrate this mostly where I get like too shiny, but also where I naturally want to have a bit of a highlight. And highlight in terms of like light being reflected, not shimmery texture, because we're gonna go in with our bronzer right now. You could use Hoola, I love that one, but again, I'm going for that like super chill, natural look. Gotta go in with my babe, my butter bronzer. And the lightest hint of a touch of an iota of a dusting. Just to set that cream. Add a little bit of definition and color, but still really light and fresh and natural. I'm gonna take a little bit of powder blush just because I know that this, as pretty as it is, it's not gonna stay on the whole day. You could go in with Orgasm from NARS. I do love it. I've really been liking Foxglove from KVD Beauty. This is like Kat Von D's like new brand or whatever, but it's not Kat Von D's anymore, so like it's KVD vegan. I don't know. I didn't pay for this. I got it in my influencer box and I actually really like it, so I'm gonna use it. And then just for a subtle chill highlight, I'm just going in with my Moonstone from Becca. Again, I'm trying to finish this guy up. And just a hint of a whisper on top of that Chanel. That's it for face. I'm gonna hose my face down with some setting spray. So once your setting mist or setting spray has dried down, this is what your face should look like. It's just very soft and fresh and luminous. But I do like the Shiseido foundation because it is long lasting. Shiseido and NARS are like sister companies. So if you love the natural radiant longwear the way I do, pretty sure you're gonna absolutely love the Syncro-skin from Shiseido. Really like it. Definitely been recommending it to clients, but I'm happy to have found my color. And it seems to like actually match my neck. I thought in the beginning it was too dark, but that actually seems to be a-okay. Moving on with eyes, I want to do something really simple, so we're not going to get anything crazy. I'm actually going to skip primer on my eyes, which never ever 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 happens, but considering again I'm wearing the makeup to pretty much video chat with friends and family and go to the grocery store. Also, if you want to do a primer though, that's your business. I'm going to start actually with an eyeliner pencil, and I'm going to go in with my Underground from Urban Decay. This is a really beautiful like smoky taupe, and you don't have to be too precise. We're gonna go for that daytime smoky, easy peasy lemon squeezy kind of look. I'm gonna be taking a fluffy brush. Let's go with this one. It's clean and it's in front of my face and I like it. It's the Smashbox one. Going in with the Naked 2 palette from Urban Decay. I think I'm gonna be using this one over here. Snakebite, just a tiny bit. And I'm just gonna throw that in my crease. A shimmer in a crease, what? Just like really etching out quickly our socket. I'm actually gonna go in with our bronzer that we used earlier. Same brush. And we're just gonna throw that right on top. And I'm just working this into the outer crease, unifying the liner and the crease color here. See how it just gives a really nice smoky fade? Same thing, I'm just taking a little bit of that bronzer. And I'm just gonna sketch my eye shape that I want. And take a little bit of that bronzer, I'm just gonna run it underneath my eye as well. Just smudging out that liner we applied. And going in with like a bullet brush, anything that's going to be good for like smudging, I'm going in with that very first color we used, Snakebite. I'm just going to run it right on top of that eyeliner pencil. So we only used one eyeshadow and one bronzer, but by layering your products, you can give it a little bit of a different life to it. I'm just picking up that Snakebite and just connecting it to get something like that. Again, this is super fast and easy and messy. That's the whole point. And I think that the fact that I'm not using primer, it doesn't stick as much. So it's not as harsh of a line because the pigment isn't like being absolutely glued to that same spot. It's a little bit easier to like move around. So it's a little bit easier to soften it. And when you're in a rush, you don't want to care about like being precise and clean and all that jazz. You just want to slap it on and get it on as fast as possible. So I'm going back in with that blending brush. There's nothing left on here. I'm just smoking out the edges of that liner until you have something like this. Going back to that Snakebite and just really concentrating and defining that outer portion of the eye. And going back, just blending it out. Now you have something that looks like this. We're gonna go back in with our highlighter that we used on our face. And we're just gonna apply a tiny bit on the lid, just to bring some dimension. We're gonna pop some on the inner corner, as always, to brighten up the look. This sun is playing me so hard in this video, it's not even funny. Alrighty guys, I straightened my hair, I put on a hat, I put on a clean shirt, and we're just gonna finish up the look with some lips. I get a lot of questions about how I do my lips because they are still quite thin. I did filler in the beginning of October, but like it's pretty much gone. And I'm not gonna be able to do my filler anytime soon. So I'm gonna show you how I create the illusion of nice, full, luscious lips, even though I was not blessed in that department. So one of the first things you're gonna do is make sure that your lips are nice and smooth and exfoliated. So I did a scrub last night, and then I was wearing a lip balm earlier when I was doing the rest of my makeup. That way your lips are nice and prepped for the product application. One of the products I'm going to be using is my Spice lip liner from MAC. This is an oldie but a goodie. It just works with so many different nude lipsticks, and I really like the way that it stays on. It actually is quite long lasting. So I'm just gonna overline my lips. Take your time with this. I find that if you don't follow the natural like shape of your lips in the corners, when you overline here at the top, it looks really obvious. So stick to your natural lip line coming out of the corners, but when you're going up, you can kind of create the illusion that they are bigger and fuller than they actually are. I can't talk when I do this, so I'm just gonna quickly apply my lip liner and I'll show you the lipstick afterwards. So once you have your lip liner, it should look something like this. Try to shade a little bit on the outer portion just so that it's not like a random crazy harsh line. It will blend into your lipstick a little bit better and easier. My new favorite lipstick that I'm completely obsessed with is the Shiseido Visionary Gel Lipstick in 211 Rose Muse. It is a really creamy texture. Like, it doesn't feel like a lipstick at all. It feels like a lip balm. But it's quite pigmented and it's actually quite long lasting, and it is not drying whatsoever. If ever you make a mistake, you can just always go back with your concealer brush just to clean up any edges you have overdrawn. And one of the last products I'm gonna apply is my Huda Beauty lip strobe. This one is in Snobby. It was in like one of the lip kits, probably expired, but I don't care. I'm still gonna use it because I love the way this makes my lips feel and look. And I'm just gonna apply this right in the center. And again, with that same lip brush, I'm just gonna blend it out. And it just gives you that little extra oomph that you're looking for, makes them look super juicy and full and plump. It's not sticky whatsoever, and it doesn't create those like really annoying lines between your lips. So that's the final look. I just ran to the grocery store before it closed, and I was wearing my protective mask and I'm sweating buckets. So I think the primer is definitely something I'm going to keep playing with, but I'm quite impressed with how my makeup stayed on. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm sorry about the lighting. The sun completely played me today, but I hope you learned some new tips and tricks, and it kind of inspires you to get out of your comfort zone and try some new techniques. And on that note, I will see you guys on the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.